Hello and welcome back. I thought I would do another flight here. To hopefully make it a bit better than the previous one. And talk less and just demonstrate the main project as we would do normally, as you would be following as we are flying along, and hopefully then we could be flying and focusing on that instead. So let's try that instead. We are flying to Billund at the moment, trying to do an approach. I thought I skipped the departure and those things to try to make the video shorter. And once again we are in a freeware aircraft, and it is not because I don't want to share any payware aircraft, it really isn't. It is just that the freeware ones here seems to be a bit better in the frames for recording, as I really don't find a program at the moment that would make it that great to both fly and record at the same PC. So I have to keep it reasonable for the level of what I'm throwing at the system. But again, also it's a nice aircraft. It really is. A bit better handling of the controls, I have to say. It's a bit better hand flying aircraft. So that's why we have chosen to fly this. Got Billund over to the right. There we go. And a closed airfield here. It is no more active. But it is a basic aircraft. There are many buttons and such. There is inoperative, just so you know. But it flies very, very well. It does. One of the better aircrafts, I have to to say, and then it's free. So that's another good point. Going to heading mode, as it's flying directly towards the waypoint of the approach, and we do not want that to happen, so we are doing what is necessary here. The city of Billund. And now we are going to flight level change. Trying to adjust our profile here. For the approach. Gonna do a final check of the weather here. 120, 30 knots set. Okay, seems to be doing quite okay. We are still above the glide path, as we can see. So I'm not gonna turn inbound yet, but now it seems to get up slowly. But we also want to decelerate here accordingly. Okay, now I'm gonna make enough turn to the north here and try to intercept the ILS. And now I do what I forgot last time, and as you can see, it is now yellow, so it is actually not active. It is in the armed position at the moment. Okay, going to slow down further now, and then we are going to take a watch here, make sure that we are helping it onto the path of the localizer here. And it capture and it switched to green, as now it is active. Okay, starting to use a bit of flaps here as well. Whoops. Don't know what happened there by the autopilot. Um, it has a few quirkiness sometimes for some aircraft, but as you can see, it works pretty well for the project. What's going on by the autopilot at the moment, it has nothing to do by my way of interfering by the autopilot. As you can see, it does show the modes just as it did up here, and it is all it does. I do not do any custom things to the autopilot as such. It is just some readings. Let's get the gear down before we get a warning. And now we are on the final approach, so I would switch off the autopilot and do the main work here from now on as the pilot in command. Got some distance readings down there now that you can cross-check. And as you can see, the DME1 and HSI DME is 0, and it is, as I was saying, there is no readings from the station according to distance. You are using the DME2 as a reference at the moment. That is for the opposite direction. And as I said, it is really a nice aircraft to hand fly. It really is. Middle marker. And we have visuals, and we are continuing the approach. And all those things are fine. Okay, seems pretty fine. Better than last time. And get down here for a touchdown. Slowly get it set. There we go. Bit of balloony there. And I have to remember that this aircraft do not have any reversing power, so it is only by manual braking here. Okay. And we got down on the ground safely. Okay, we're gonna taxi over to the south side of the airport now. That is normally the cargo area, except if we are taxiing via Gulf, we are going to some other locations. But I'm going to skip that, as that was basically a demonstration of the autopilot project, and I hope that you enjoyed it and it worked out a bit better than the previous flight. So here we are at Billund. I hope it demonstrated the ability to use the approach better than the previous one. If you are wondering about the BC, it is the back course. I forgot to mention that in the previous video, but that is the back course that you would normally know from how its default is in Explain and FSX on how it is. So once again, thank you for watching and bye bye.